In the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna show you how you can break free from porn in the next 30 days, and you'll discover why quitting will actually make you more money, and you'll learn how to get rid of the shame that you've been carrying around for years, and I'll show you how to rebuild your confidence and self-respect that you thought you lost for good. Now, I know that might sound impossible, but stay with me because in this short video, I'll show you exactly how it works. Now, before I show you how it works, you need to understand what porn has really been taking from you. It steals your time, your energy, your confidence, even the way people see you. But when you break free, you don't just lose shame. You gain back focus, drive, and a sense of self that changes everything. Your relationships, your bank account, and the way that you show up in the world. And listen, I don't care if you're slipping up every once in a while, or if you've gone so deep that you're watching things you never could have imagined, or even crossing lines in real life you swore you would never cross. You were at the right place at the right time, and you're not alone. Because over 68% of church-going men and over 50% of pastors are in the same fight. And for 15 years, that was my fight too. I know exactly what it feels like to be stuck, ashamed, frustrated, and wondering if you'll ever get out. But here's the key. The reason I was able to break free had nothing to do with willpower. It was something no one ever told me, and I'm gonna share with you in this video. See, for me and my story, I got handed the iPhone at 14, and the second I got it, I couldn't stop watching porn. I would always tell myself, I'll stop when I meet the woman that I'm going to marry. But even after I met her, I couldn't stop. In fact, this problem had gotten so bad and porn had warped my mind so much that I wasn't even able to have sex on my own wedding night. But still, I would just tell myself that this problem is just going to go away. But it didn't. It just kept getting worse and worse and worse until one day I hit my breaking point. See, Becca, my wife, in so many words one night said, "Do you want to go have sex?" And my mind had been so messed up by porn that I was actually upset with her that she asked to do that because she was ruining the plans I had made to go watch porn. But I said, fine. And we went to the bedroom. But after trying to get things going again and again and again and failing over and over again, I said, you know what? You're the problem. It's not me, it's you. She started to cry and I stormed out of the room and I went and I sat in the living room and I cried out to God. I said, God, I need help. What do I need to do? And in that moment, the Lord told me to go to Becca and ask for that help. And I didn't know what she would say. She had every right to leave me. But when I asked her, she said one word that completely changed my life for the better. She said, okay. And that was the moment that everything changed. See, for the first time, I wasn't fighting this battle alone. And the power that porn had over me for those 15 years started to break. And from that day on, Becca and I made it our mission to overcome this together as a team. But when we got started, there was no roadmap. So we studied and we researched for years and we built one. Not only did I find true freedom, but our marriage was restored. My anger turned to peace. My low self-esteem turned into confidence. And our love, connection, and intimacy grew stronger than I ever could have imagined. Now, we've been on a mission to help others do exactly the same thing. Over the past few years, we've helped over 800 students from over 25 different countries find that same freedom. I know for me, I never thought freedom would be possible. But now, not only do I have that freedom, but my entire life has changed for the better. So how did it work for me and for them? Well, here's the truth. It wasn't about willpower because willpower always runs out. Instead, it's about putting the right pieces together like a puzzle. And when you do, it spells out one word, freedom. So let me give you the 3 most important pieces right now. First piece is this. You have to admit that this is a real problem because the biggest lie that the devil whispers in your ear is that this isn't a big deal. But if that were true, you wouldn't be here right now. And here's the danger. If you keep believing that lie, the road only gets darker. And I've seen it firsthand. One man we started working with started seeing other men and they were literally abusing him. Another got in so deep into paid sites that he racked up over $40,000 in debt and maxed out all of his credit cards. Another was caught when his kids walked in on him in the middle of him watching porn. The first step to freedom is looking this in the face and saying, this is a problem and it has to stop. Now, the second piece of this puzzle is you can't win this battle alone. The biggest mistake that men make is thinking, I'll just fix this myself. Then no one will ever have to know. But that's exactly what keeps you stuck. See, addiction can only survive in the darkness. And as long as it's hidden, it will grow. But the moment it's exposed to the light, it loses its power. Freedom starts the moment you drag this into the light. You bring in your wife or a teammate that actually gets it. Because here's the truth. By yourself, you fall. But with a teammate in your corner, you rise. The very thing that you're the most afraid to do, letting someone in, is the very thing that breaks the chains. Now, the third piece of this puzzle is you need to follow a proven program. You don't need to keep guessing or trying harder. You need a system that's already helped hundreds of men gain freedom. That's what changed my life, and it's what we call the Team Vulnerable Method. It's a 7-step roadmap that takes you from isolation and shame to real, lasting freedom. Let me show you how it works. Step 1 is you need to get a teammate. See, porn thrives in secrecy, so you need someone in your corner. Not a weekly accountability partner who asks if you messed up, a teammate that you connect with daily, someone who helps you process what's going on inside, so porn loses its grip over you. Step number 2 is you need to clean house. An alcoholic doesn't keep whiskey in the kitchen, yet most men keep porn in their pocket 24/7. You don't need blockers that fail. You need deterrents that make access inconvenient. So you have time to stop and ask, why am I running to this in the first place? Which leads us to step number 3, handling the root cause. You need to realize you don't have a porn problem. You have a pain problem. See, porn is just a temporary pain reliever for something that's going on. And if you just try to handle your porn problem instead of the pain, you'll just find yourself with a new addiction after you stop watching porn. For that reason, you need to handle the root cause so you no longer have the desire to look at porn in the first place. Now, step 4 is you need to relearn connection. You need to relearn how to connect with yourself and with others. See, we've been sold a lie that social media will connect us and bring us closer together, but all it's done is make us feel further apart. And it's critical to learn how to have real connections in your life so you can have a team around you that supports you. Now, step 5 is about understanding addiction. When you understand the science of addiction, it becomes so easy to break cycles of addiction before they even start. See, addiction isn't something that's in your DNA or that you don't have control over. No, there are very obvious reasons why addictions start and why they stop. Now, step 6 is you need to dismantle the porn fantasy. See, porn sells you a lie that what you see on the screen is glamorous, but behind those fake smiles are people trapped in abuse and despair. And once you see the truth behind the fantasy, you can never go back to looking at it the same way again. Now, step 7 is about building a lifestyle for freedom. See, every choice that you make either leads towards life or death. So when you take the time to create a lifestyle for freedom, you don't only see a change in this area of your life, but you get into better shape, you get a better job, you start making more money, you have more confidence, and your whole life changes for the better. Now, these 7 steps aren't theory. They're a proven path to freedom, and the same path is open to you.
You know, I struggle with weed, struggle with porn, overeat, I'm insecure, all these things. Your course covered everything. It covered everything that I thought about, everything I doubted, all the myths I let myself think. It literally covered everything.
I've tried to quit. 2 weeks is the longest I could ever do. I signed up for the course and step by step, over 30 days, gained victory over this.
I had been dealing with this since I was about 11. At my worst point, I think I was doing it about 6 to 10 times a day. You gave me back my ability to make my own choices, and I can't thank you enough for that.
Like you say, life-changing, but like, honestly, thank you, because it has been a big deal. Like, it's been 15 years personally struggling, but we've been together for 8 years, and I've been lying and problems for 8 years, and it feels like this is the most change I've seen in myself, maybe ever. It's pretty profound. So I have to thank you, man. Like, I have to thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing this.
Yeah, we're so grateful for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
The mentoring in this whole thing has really benefited me. And just having a friend to talk about all this stuff, especially somebody that's been through it.
Over all the years we've been together, you've been trying to rewire your brain, but I feel like it's like you needed the course really to be able to figure it out for yourself. So many of the things I was searching for, like the connection, the communication, the openness, the honesty, and I feel like all that just is from the course.
I told him about the course. I said, dude, you got to get your friend on this course because it's changed my life.
I believed in you, and it's changed my life. So it's like, believe, like, it works.
Anybody else that hears this, just know that you have the ability to do this.
I love you for doing this, man. This is absolutely incredible what you've done.
This isn't theory. These are real men, real marriages, and real futures, transformed because they finally followed the right process. And if they can do it, you can too. So here's my question. If in 30 days from now you were free, no more shame, no more lies, no more fear of being caught, instead walking with confidence, respected by others, and you were finally proud of yourself again, would you want that? Because that can be your future. Because we've seen this happen for men in over 25 different countries. So here's how to take the first step. Apply right now to our True Freedom from Porn program. It's simple. Start filling out the application below, then pick out a time for your call on our calendar. And on that call, we'll map out your personalized game plan for freedom. And whether you join the program or not, you'll leave knowing exactly what to do next. But listen, spots are limited. When they're gone, they're gone. So don't put this off, because every day you stay stuck is another day lost to shame. Another day feeling less than the man that you were born to be. I know it's scary to reach out. You know, I was terrified the first time I asked for help, but that decision positively changed my life forever. So if you want that too, click below, apply for the program, and let's start walking down that path of freedom together. Welcome to the team.